Welcome to How to Let Go of a Narcissist, where we explore healing journeys and tools to help survivors of narcissistic abuse reclaim their power. I'm your host, Marv Curtis, and today I'm honored to welcome as our guest Vashia. She's here to share insights that might help you on your path as she tells a little bit about her own experiences. Welcome, Vashia.
Hi.
Can you share a little bit about yourself and what led you to this point in your journey?
Yes, my name is Vashia. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am beginning my healing journey from my narcissistic partner. I've been off and on with my youngest son's father since 2012. He was the kindest, sweetest person I ever met. We dated off and on for a while. In October 2019, we moved in together, and that's when, and I got pregnant with my son in November of 2019. That's when I noticed a complete change in him. He cheated on me my whole pregnancy. I went through my pregnancy alone. He cheated on me my whole pregnancy with this one girl. She was harassing me. She was calling me. He made so many excuses about it. He would not stop. I went through my pregnancy alone up until I literally had my baby. The next day after I had my son, the girl texted my phone and said, "Congratulations." He had left the hospital, and come to find out, he was with her. She knew that I had my son, and then she texted my phone and said, "Congratulations." He dated this girl while I was pregnant and after I was pregnant. He cheated on me since 2019. It has not stopped. I came across when the core on my email about narcissism, and it just struck me to like want to know more when I started to read about narcissism. It's like I was meant to see that. And I've been reading up on narcissism like ever since then. And I started to notice, as far as with him, the cheating, the lying, the manipulation, the gaslighting. He doesn't take accountability or responsibility for his actions. He blames everything on me. Everything is blamed on me. I'm the reason why he don't have no money. I'm the reason why this. I'm the reason why that. When he can't control me, or when he can't get me to do what he want me to do, he do silent treatment. He won't talk to me or anything like that. He will walk around here for days and not talk to me. It can be hurtful sometimes. It's like he treats his friends like the outside people. They see an image that of him that's not what I see. They see an image of him as this nice guy, kind, willing to help out, do anything. But when private, he's not that person. Like, he wants to control me. He tries to bleed me financially. Like, he wants to take like all my money. And I got 4 kids. I have a 19-year-old in college. I have a 14-year-old. I have a 9-year-old, and I have a 4-year-old. He tries to like literally want to financially take everything from me. What I realize is that his reality is not reality. Whatever's in his head, and it's like completely wrong, but whatever it is in his head that he think it is, that's what he goes with. He's so manipulative. He's so manipulative. Like, he would lie literally with a straight face. He has said some the most hurtful things to me. When I say hurtful, he tries to beat me down. And I tell him that I tell him that because you so small and you so insecure within yourself, that you want to beat up on people mentally and emotionally. You putting other people down builds you up. It makes you feel like king. When I say he don't want to do nothing, he wants to be treated a certain way, but he won't treat me a certain way.
Let me
And
interrupt
it's
you for
like,
just a minute. This sounds very painful, and it sounds like it's going on even now.
it is. We're not talking now. We've been in the house. I'm downstairs, he upstairs. I'm
Yeah.
over it. I want out. I've always been kind of scared. Not scared, but a fear of life after him. Now I feel like I have to face my fear. Like, I did your thing yesterday because I started to have anxiety. And I did the butterfly and it calmed me down because, like you said, as far as trauma bonding, I feel like I am trauma bonded to him because it's like I feel like I have been addicted to the highs and the lows. Like, I feel like I'm addicted to it, and like it's like when you on drugs or and then that person need that high. Like, he will walk out the door and my anxiety will go up, and then it's like when he come back, I feel better. Like, I
Hmm.
feel better.
That's
And
the addiction effect there, isn't it?
yes,
Let me ask, have you had other experiences with narcissism or neglect prior to this one?
not narcissism. I'ma say, as far as like, I didn't grow up with neither one of my parents. My grandma raised me since I was 2 years old. So my parents was on drugs like all my life. It's up until I was probably in my early 20s.
Hmm.
And
How much contact did you have with them?
none while they was on drugs. None
Wow.
whatsoever. My dad recently passed away May of 2024. And, I was fighting my battles with not having a father. And I always felt like I had daddy issues. And I would always gravitate to men that was emotionally disconnected and stuff like that because of the daddy issues that I have. So then my mom been clean for about 19 years. Before my dad died, he was clean for about 15. And with my mom, I feel like my mom do have some narcissistic. Like, now that I've been able to kind of understand what narcissism is, I believe that my mom does have narcissistic tendencies. She's very manipulative also. Like, she has like a few times in the past have like to get me to do what she want to do, and I felt as though that because she know I yearn for a mom so much, she used it against me. That was her way of trying to control me. I would fall into her trap until I started to realize what narcissism is and what she was trying to do.
So, where are you in the process of leaving your narcissist right now?
I'm still trying to figure that out as far as just getting up, packing up, and taking me and my kids. I'm still trying to figure that out now. I did reach out to a couple of my family members to see ones that know people that probably can get me a house or something. The longer I stay, the worse it gets. When I say I'm dealing with a demon here, he's very demonic. And it's like he doesn't care about nothing. He don't care how he make you feel. He don't care about nothing, and it's so hurtful that to from the person that I met years ago to now this.
So, what's the biggest challenge you face in leaving?
The fear of it, the fear of leaving and being by myself because I've been with him for so long. The fear of leaving and actually being out there on my own again. He's going now, but I've had moments that, this morning when he
Yeah,
left out, I had one of the moments, and I know that that's where the trauma bond come from. Cause I've had one of the moments this morning where I had to,
breathe.
yeah, and
Yeah.
breathe. So I know that it's hard and it's so emotional to the point where I feel like I didn't cry so much that I can't even cry. Cause I never seen nothing like this.
So, what's it
Never.
going to take? What's it going to take for you to feel you have the courage and the opportunity to make that hard choice?
It's knowing what I want for myself. It's knowing that what I want for myself, this is not what I want. This is not what I deserve. I deserve a happy life. My kids deserve a happy life. I feel like my kids going to need therapy also. It's us having
Hmm.
a peaceful life is what's going to give me the courage to sit and think, of everything that I dealt with and to know that once I leave, I can never come back.
Yeah, that's a hard step.
As much as before, I would say it, I was addicted to the highs and the lows. And then once we high again, then it's like, we'll be all right for a couple days. And then his switch come on. And then we right back to it. I'm mentally, emotionally, and physically drained. I got lung problems, dealing with sarcoidosis, headaches, and sickness on top of the stress.
Yeah. For those who are listening, if you could go back in time to the beginning of your relationship with this man and give yourself one piece of advice, especially related to the hardest moments, what would the advice be?
To the advice would the advice would be that the first signs that you see of a red flag, get out. The signs had to have been there, and I just probably ignored them. My advice, when you're going into a relationship and it's like them red flags, if you notice something and it's a red flag, don't waste your time because it's about to get rough. That's what happened here.
You had red flags, but he's so compelling and can look so nice that you just kind of roll over those red flags.
And I did.
And you
They
did.
was there. He was breaking in my house.
Breaking in your house. Big
Yes.
red flag.
Yes.
Even at the beginning, when all of this was happening, did you notice that he would not take accountability for his actions or be willing to apologize?
No, he didn't. He didn't. Whenever he was so, it was like he was so like into wanting to snag me, like get me, that he was just like doing all this generous stuff.
He was acting just like you'd expect a normal person to act.
Yes.
And
Yes.
was he apologetic when he hurt your feelings?
Yes, he was. Like if I tell him, if he said something, he'd be like, "All right, I apologize." That's why I said he was a total different person in the beginning. He would
So
apologize. He would take accountability.
what were the red flags then?
They, the breaking in my house on numerous occasions.
And would he apologize for that?
No. I asked him why he did that. He would say, "Because I didn't know if you was in here with somebody. I thought
Yeah.
you was in here with somebody."
One of the ways that you test for narcissism or for narcissistic tendencies is when they do something wrong, just say, I noticed that you broke into my house, and then wait for them to respond. And you're looking to see, will they take responsibility and accountability, and will they apologize? Because a true narcissist finds it very difficult to be accountable for what he's done and very difficult to apologize when he's under pressure. Now, in the love bombing stage, they can be anyone you need them to be in order to convince you. But if you feel those red flags, those are boundary violations. When you feel those red flags, that's your intuition telling you this is too far. And that's when you need to speak up, name what's happened, and listen for whether he's willing to apologize and he's willing to be accountable. And if he can't do those things, then you got trouble. Time to run. Carry on. What
So
else are you doing?
he would like pop up at my job. It'd be times where I would stop talking to him. He would call my phone 100 times, send all kind of text messages. Like I said, pop up at my job. One time he popped up at my house and I had a friend over. It was a guy friend that I went to high school with. I was not messing with him or nothing. He popped up at my house. And when I was talking to this guy, he popped up at my house and it was so crazy because he was like, "Oh, I'm her cousin." And I was so confused. And he just sat back and just watched. Like he didn't engage in anything. He just sat back and watched me and his reactions.
Yeah.
Like the love bombing part, he would buy me stuff, take me places that I had to go. He would tell me that he loved me, that he was in love with me, or I was his soulmate. And when I read that that's what they do when they love bombing, I was like, oh my God, he got me.
So if there was one message you'd leave with someone who's listening to your story and who's in this kind of a relationship, what would your message to them be?
Make an escape. You don't got to be loud about it. You don't got to let him know what you're doing. Start to make your exit plan because that's what I'm doing. I'm starting to make my exit plan, and I don't want him knowing where I live. I know that I have to co-parent because we have a child. If you have children with this guy and you make your exit, less contact to no contact as possible. When I leave, I'm going through everything through the courts. Visitation is going to be through the courts. Child support is going to be through the courts. Everything is going to be through the courts. So it's less to no contact, because the thing is that when you co-parent and also heal from and co-parent with the person that you're healing from, that's going to be very hard. It's going to be hard because you co-parenting with this person that hurt you so bad, but then you also trying to heal from it. And then when you have a person like him that's antagonizing and likes to pick and stuff like that, when you have to deal with that person because y'all have a child, it gets draining. It's like a never-ending cycle. Make your exit plan. If you have kids, less to no contact. Everything is through the courts. Just live your life, be happy, and be on your healing journey. Know that you
Great.
can never go back.
That's great advice. Minimum contact, deal through third parties, whether it's the court or the mediator, and get an exit plan in mind. Those are great pieces of advice. Well, Vashia, thank you for taking your time to share your experience. I know this has been hard for you, and you're on a difficult journey, but let me encourage you. You're doing the right thing. You're going to be okay in the end.
Thank you, Marv. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.